Here's the funny thing about needs. They can evolve as we evolve, right? The hope is as a human being, I'm kind of always evolving and growing, and then my needs are going to do something similar. So I'll give you an example. My partner and I have a toddler, and I remember very clearly, maybe 6 months ago or so, having this internal resentment, this internal feeling like needs weren't being met, and I wasn't really sure what they were. And so I started, evaluating and examining where this resentment was coming from. So one of my love languages, my top one, is acts of service. So one of the things that my partner used to do in the beginning of our dating, and was still doing at the time that this pissed off, resentful feeling was happening for me, was he would always make sure that my car gas tank was filled up, the car was cleaned and taken care of, right? It was like something he could do that just always filled my love tank. He felt good doing it. He knew he could kind of do that, check the box, love language, her love cup is filled, right? So here we are, we're sitting here, we're having this conversation around like, I'm feeling resentful, I'm feeling like I'm not getting my needs met, and I don't really know why, and I'm trying to workshop it with him and figure it out. And we realized that I was feeling as though I was doing way more of the childcare than he was. And I was starting to feel really resentful for it. And, we were talking about love languages, and I was saying, I just feel like you're not showing up and doing those acts of service for me in the way that I need. And I remember him saying, but what do you need? Like, what do you mean? The car is always gassed up and it's always taken care of. And I always make sure that X, Y, and Z is done. And in that moment, I remember saying to him, we're in the middle of a pandemic and I have, 6-month-old baby, 8-month-old baby, whatever. I don't give a fuck if my car is clean or gassed up. Where am I going right now, right? So in that moment, it was like, oh shit, this thing that used to fill up my love tank it's bouncing off now. It doesn't actually matter anymore to me. And can that be okay, right? Can you have dialogues about your evolving needs in your relationships in a way where it's not about pointing a finger at them, like you're now doing something wrong by not meeting my needs, or even pointing a finger at yourself and saying, God, I'm so fucked up, I've changed, and it's not their fault, it's my fault, and I shouldn't expect these things, and blah, blah, blah. But can it just be more of a dialogue? Can it be more of an open communication starter where you can talk about the evolution of needs and say, hey, that's great, I'm not minimizing all those years that you did that thing, and now I need this instead.